Hi. Then the next operator is logical operators. Okay. So what are the logical operators actually? So logical operators actually using for whenever you have more than one conditional statements. Okay. To combine them, we are going to use logical operators. So for example, here if you see AND operator, so A and D we are using for combining. This is one conditional statement and this is another conditional statement. Now, result of this one and the result of this one, we are combining with this logical operator actually. And then you see, so when we are getting true, when we are getting false. So whenever you see here two conditional statements are there, if both of them is true, if both of them is true, then it is going to become true. Any one of them is false or both of them is false, then it is becoming false actually. This is normal mathematical AND statement. Okay. So whenever final result, if you want to become true, then all the conditional statements must become true actually. So that is what AND statement is saying. Okay. Now the next logical operator is OR. Okay. So what is OR meaning? So it is going to become true if any one of the statement is true actually. Okay. All statements need not be true. In case of AND, all statements must be true. So here, for example, this is one statement and this is another statement. So if any one of the statement is true, then final result is true. If all statements are false, then only it is going to become false. Okay. So that is what logical OR operator. And then next one is NOT operator actually. So this is simple. It no need to have multiple statements. Even it is enough to have a single statement also. Okay. It may have more than one statement or one statement. Okay. Final result, whatever you have, if it is true, not to true will become false actually. So this is simple one. If it is false, this final result is evaluated to false, then not to false is become true actually. Okay. So this is what actually three logical operators we are going to have in Python. So let us cross check this one with a hands-on. So for example, here we taken a equal to 5, b equal to 6, then x equal to 10, then y equal to 11. Now what we are doing is if a, for example, a is less than b, and I am using AND operator, give some space, one space at least, and then x less than y. So you check that a is actually less than b and x is also less than y, 10 is less than 11. So condition is true. So that means a less than b is true and x less than y is true. That means both of them is true, means overall expression is true. Then it is going to print it is true part. So now you can check, it is going to print actually it is true part. It is true part. Now for example, let us write down else part also. Okay. Print it is else part. That means false part. So that means, let us see now, if you run, of course it will print it is true part. But what we will do is we will try to change the condition a greater than b. Is a greater than b 5 greater than 6? It is false, right? 5 actually less than 6. This part is false and this part is true, because all conditional statements is not true. It is going to the else part. That means it is going to print it is else part. Let us check. So yes, it is printing else part. Okay. So in that way. Now let us see, we will take OR operator. If you take OR operator, so a greater than b is what actually false. Then next one, x less than y is what actually true. That means at least one of them is true, right? Conditional statements out of two, at least one of them is true. That means overall it is true. So it is printing it is true part. So let us check that one. So here you can see it is true part. Okay. Suppose if I write x is greater than y. This is a greater than b false. X greater than y is 10 greater than 11. That is also false, right? So since both of them is false, it is going to the else part. So let us check that one. So it is else part. Okay. So in that way we can use. It need not be always two conditional statements. Even you can have more. So for example, if I write here a less than x, you can see here is a less than x 5 less than 10. Yes, it is true, right? So now you can see out of three conditional statements, one of them is true. Is it clear? Because one of them is true, it is going to print it is true part. So that means true part is going to execute. Is it clear? And one more thing, if you see, even we can combine multiple logical operators. That means you can see, and I written here are also there in the entire expression. So now what is going to happen? Let us. Okay. So any guess what it is going to print? So I'm going to run. So you try to guess it, then check that one. So it is true part.